Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Churchill III. It's a Tier 5 Soviet premium heavy. It's located on the east spawn of Berlin, and this one is under the command of Puffy Pendragon of PENDR clan. I wonder if that's his own clan. I suspect it might be. Okay, well, it's a 57mm main gun, which is actually the 6-pounder. It's capable of doing 75 alpha, 180mm of pen with the premium rounds. You can see he's reversed them here. And with the standard AP, it can do 75 alpha and 110mm. So 65mm increase by using the premium ammo. Was it 65? No, it's actually slightly more than that, 70mm. Okay, well, the British actually sent 301 of these to Murmansk, and they were actually used at the Battle of Moscow to stop the German advance, along with a load of Matildas as well. It's actually quite a robust tank, although they did have problems with the Churchill at Dieppe. It's got a very fast firing gun as well. Standard reload for this one is 2.19 seconds. You can see that Puffy has got it down to 2.12, and you can get it as low as 1.82 seconds. And if you do get it down that low, it's almost like an auto loader. It's almost, rapid fire on the enemy. And with a decent pen, it can actually be lethal. The only problem is that if you use too much of the premium ammo, it costs you a fortune. Well, the enemy hasn't turned up yet. The trick with this tank is to use those very wide and very long tracks to angle against the enemy and stop the shells from actually going into the body of the tank. Trouble is, if the enemy knows that they can penetrate the turret, they'll go for that instead. It's also got only 6 degrees of gun depression, mainly down to, again, that hull, and 12 degrees of gun elevation, and that can cause problems depending on the situation. Now it's tied with the OI experimental in the hit point pool, so it's actually got a lot of hit points to play with, 920 in total. But it's really the gun, it's about speed of fire of that gun. He's got a much better gun than the T14, the 75mm, and a much faster reload. Watch him perforate this T14. Just keeps pumping the shells in. Much better even than the 2-pounder, which is, and that's 40mm. This is 57mm. So he's racking up the damage, 20 hit points more per shot. Okay, there's now a Shure B1 just over there. Ow! He managed to get a shot into our tracks, but look how accurate this gun is. Yes, do you allow it to dial in? You can get shots like that on the enemy. 2 perforations into the cupola. Now the speed is not particularly fast. It's in fact it's very, very slow. But that's mainly down to the fact that it is technically an infantry tank rather than a cruiser tank. It wasn't designed to go really fast. He's burned his repair kit to get moving again. And now the Largo's in trouble, because now he's going to find it very difficult to stay alive. Oh, turret rotation problem there. And we're still bouncing rounds because the Largo was in the wrong spot. And that went through the tracks, and he's got him now. Tear that B1 apart. And there you go. He's got 3 kills now. The Churchill is very, very good for doing missions, including blocking, and it's also just damn fun firing this gun off rapidly at the enemy. M8A1 with the derp gun, and 3 shots is all it takes to wipe him out. Got a Marder 38 or Acton CT, which of course is based on the Hexa chassis, but with the 75mm gun mounted. And that is his 5th kill. One more, he gets a top gun. Oh, somebody up ahead. Oh, it's an Su-85I as well. That's the Soviet version of a captured German Stug. Of course, they never actually built them. It's a figment of Wargaming's imagination. I think they might have thought about building it with an 85mm gun, but it didn't actually get built. He's been spotted by someone. Oh, there's a Hetzer up ahead, and he's got the 75mm. So he needs to manually aim. He's auto-aiming again. Yes, you've got a major auto-aim problem there, you know. All he has to do, see, is pull back, and you can't hit him. Yeah, he's behind the scenery now, and you're auto-aiming for the center mass and missing out the fact that he's only showing one side of his vehicle. There you go, one shot, and he gets the kill. There's the Su-85. He's got his top gun now. Everything else is pure gravy. He's got his top gun. Potentially, he might even have the high caliber. 2,400 hit points already. There's the Su-85. Now he's angling to try and make the shells go into the tracks. And he's just been tracked there. Oh, that one hurt. But he does get the Su-85. And now the enemy's only got 3 left. A Bishop, a Honi 3, and a Chi-He. So he's got 7 kills now. He's 1 short of getting a Radley Walters. But he is low on hit points, so he needs to be a bit careful. He could stay in the cap and let them come to him. No, I guess he wants that Radley's. Now, I just poked my nose out round the corner. Try and take care of that Honi or the Chi-He, who's just around the corner as well. There's the Chi-He. No, he's pulled out too far. He's visible now. There's the Honi. Now he can auto-aim on. In fact, he can fire away to his heart's content. But he's running short on premium ammo. And there's his Radleys. But there's the Chi-He. And oh, that was the Chi-He killing him because he had low hit points left. So he's out the game, but there's only one enemy left, the Chi-He. You've got 2 in the cap at the moment, or no, 1 in the cap at the moment. The SAU-40's moving towards the Chi-He. Bishop's in the cap and he's firing. And that looks like the other Arty, the Bishop on our team. 2 Bishops. Oh, and there's the kill shot. Came in from the side from the other Bishop. And that wins the game. Well, I must admit, I like the fact that he's actually apologized to the enemy team if they were on it. That was his first ace tanker in the Churchill III, so congratulations to Puffy Pendragon. But it was a bit of a seal clubbing, to say the least. He got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. A master gunner for getting 5 armor-penetrating shots in a row. Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 7. He got a Radley Walters medal. Yes, he took out 8 enemy tanks altogether. A cool-headed for surviving 10 or more ricochets non-penetrating shots. And also a high caliber for dealing the most damage. And a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. His win rate from the game, 15,113. And yes, this is basically what happens with the Churchill III. If you take it out there and just barge your way through the enemy as fast as you can, one after the other, you can take down a lot of enemy tanks very quickly. And you certainly win battles that way. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage was 2,963 hit points. That went to Puffy Pendragon. Second highest damage was the Chi-He on the enemy team, the last enemy. He got a Leather Slayer's medal and 1,023 hit points of damage. And the third highest damage went to the Bishop on our team, or at least one of them got 885. When it came to kills, it's Puffy again with 8 kills, 5 kills to that Chi-He, 3 kills to the Bishop on his team. And when it came to base XP, Puffy again, 2,251. Again, another player who's managed to break the 2,000 barrier on the base XP, and he did it in this game. So that means he's got the top in all 3 columns, and he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in this one. The next highest being the M5A1 Stewart, who got 543. And after that, it was the Chi-He on the enemy team with his leather slaves getting 505. He fired 57 rounds, but I'm afraid all of them were premium. 46 direct hits on the enemy, 42 penetrations, 2,963 hit points, of which 78 hit points was fired at more than 300 meters, the rest of it close range. 24 hits received from the enemy, only 8 of them penetrated, but they were towards the end, and unfortunately he stuck out too long, and that Chi-He managed to get a penetrating shot that finished him off. He got 16 non-penetrations as well. Those are the players who actually aimed at the tracks or auto-aimed on and actually just went straight into the tracks and they were eaten up. 1,435 hit points of damage blocked by armor. If he'd stayed alive in the battle, then he actually would have got a steel wall as well. But the fact was that he poked out to try and get that Radley's, and as it was, he made himself vulnerable to the Chi-He. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, and 158 hit points of damage assistance. I think that's the spotting there. On a premium count, he actually made a loss of 29,234 credits. Again, down to the ammo. Look at that. 136,800 credits for ammunition. So, yes, that's why you need to use the standard ammo. Standard ammo will still penetrate those enemy tanks. In fact, he would have had no problem getting through the Largo, the M8A1, the Marder Acton ICT. He would have had no problem with the putting the shells in the right place on the Hetzer as well. He might have had a bit of a problem with the Su-85I, but he would have penetrated the Hone 3 and he would have penetrated the Chi-He because they've got relatively weak armor. So the challenge is to actually take the tank out with standard ammo and see if you can do the same. I think you'll find you can. He also got 25 bonds because he got a mission achievement and 14,858 experience points. He got a massive 6,754 for completing a mission during that one. So a very good game there for Puffy Pendragon. I'm sure he enjoyed it because it is just one after the other. One enemy blown up after the other very, very quickly. And just huge fun. So I do recommend getting a Churchill 3. And also there are other tanks like the KB220. That can be quite funny as well, especially seeing enemy tanks aim at the hull because, of course, it's a tier 7 hull. And they seem to think that they can penetrate a KB hull. No, you cannot. And the Churchill 3, well, it's actually a bit of a seal clubber in many ways, but it's not fully a seal clubber. I mean, of the tier 5 tanks, I would put the Panzerkampfwagen vom 4. That's the real one. That's the seal clubber because that's a Panther hull with a Panzer 4 turret. So it's very, very OP. But well done to Puffy Pendragon for getting his first ace tanker. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.